You know, there are a bunch of very good reasons if this camera is sold out everywhere and everyone wants it. And while I don't consider this camera perfect, I think it's pretty close. And I truly think that with a couple of future firmware updates, this camera can literally get there in the podium of the perfect pocketable cameras. I love this thing. I've bought this DJI Pocket 3 a month ago and I can truly say that this camera is amazing. It's not only about the influencers hype that you are seeing online. This camera is very functional, lightweight, and it creates amazing content. For me, the most valuable aspect about this DJI Pocket 3 is about the user experience and ergonomics. Even now, just using the left hand, I'm able to easily turn on and activate this camera and I'm ready to shoot right away. This is something that unless you try it yourself, you're not gonna understand it. So if you're not sure about buying this camera or not, maybe go to try it in a shop and see yourself what I'm talking about. Because literally the moment I touched this camera from a shop and I turned it on and I saw that it's just ready to film in a second with a great camera, great sensor and a great gimbal, it's just unbelievable. It's fantastic, both for occasional shootings, but also for work, because I'm planning to use this camera quite a lot for corporate videos, where I need just a couple of shots of the venue where there are conferences or event happening. So I don't really need to bring a big and heavy gimbal with me. Plus a big ultra wide angle lens that I have to change on my main camera. So having this little camera always ready and available in my pocket, ready to film, it's very valuable for me. So this camera is truly functional both for content creators, people that are working and making a living out of videography, but also for people that want to capture spontaneous shots of life. For example, family videos. The second great valuable aspect about this camera is the whole package. The combination of the sensor, the screen, the gimbal, the lens, everything is just perfect. This camera has a very good focal length at 20mm f2, so it's going to be also bright enough if you're going to film in dark scenes. And surprise, surprise, this lens is also very sharp. We're also having a 9.4 megapixel 1-inch sensor, so the pixel density is not that strong that can introduce a lot of noise while filming videos. So the sensitivity of this sensor in low light is pretty fantastic. I did run some test shots during dusk and evening, and I'm very surprised by the image quality I've captured from this camera. It's not on the level of some Sony APS-C cameras, but it is pretty close. And next to this sensor has a pretty good dynamic range. I think it can capture around 10.5 stops of dynamic range. Obviously it cannot compete with a big and heavy and expensive full frame camera, but for the sensor size, this camera is a pure gem. And by the way, if you're looking for a set of good quality filters for your Pocket 3, Freewell released the Mega Pack that contains 7 ND filters, 5 NDPL filters, a linear polarizer filter and a mist filter. The quality of these filters is very good. I like to use them a lot. They are stackable, so you can use ND filter and diffusion filter together. The range of ND filter is going from ND8 to ND1000, so this set of filter is going to be very useful both for videos, photography, but also for time lapses and hyper lapses with good motion blur. I will leave an affiliate link in the description to check the current price of the filters and to support the channel. Thanks guys. Talking about the screen, I'm very happy with the resolution and brightness of it. I can clearly see what I'm filming, also considering the big diagonal of the screen with this very smart design that keeps everything small and compact. The screen is also touchscreen, so you can easily change all the settings you need just with the thumb, and that's pretty amazing because you will not need to use two hands to operate this camera. And if you have kids, you will understand that this is super valuable, and I think this is going to be my most used camera in 2024 because it's just super practical. So if you're curious to see more footage captured by this camera, maybe consider to subscribe, because I'm pretty sure I will share a lot of videos in the channel filmed with this DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Talking about the gimbal, it's stabilizing the footage very well, It's not super fast if you need to do some tracking of the objects, but I think it's working good enough in case you need to film yourself in front of the camera and you want to have some dynamic shots. During this test about the tracking, audio quality and autofocus performances, let me quickly talk about the tripod I'm gonna use with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 that KNF Concept kindly sent me to make an evaluation. And I have to say that I really like this tripod. It's working very well, it's super lightweight, compact, and most importantly it is tall enough to keep the eye level with your camera. It is a carbon fiber tripod and the mechanics to unlock the legs are very smooth and precise, so I don't see any problems of quality control in this product. I'm pretty satisfied with the overall quality, and it's playing on the same league as Surrey, Small Rig and other major brands you are used to see on YouTube. In case you need a new lightweight, compact and a pretty sturdy tripod for your needs, I think this is going to be a very good buy for you, and it's not going to be very expensive, but I will leave the link in the description where you can see the updated price, because this tripod is going often on sales and offers, so I think you're going to be pretty satisfied with the quality price ratio. If you're wondering what's the look of a full frame next to the 1-inch sensor size of the Pocket 3, here on the left I have the Lumix S5 with the Zeiss 21mm f2.8, and here I have the DJI Pocket 3. And as you can see, there is quite some difference in the background blur, but for a vlogging camera I don't really think it's very important to have a lot of background blur, because you want to show a little bit what's behind you. Another reason why I bought this camera is because now I have a dedicated video camera that I can use for my YouTube videos on the go, and with my photography camera I can simply stick with my favorite primes without the need of bringing extra lenses and extra weight in my camera bag. As we know, in the camera world nothing can be perfect, and there is just one minor complaint that I have about this camera, and I'm talking about the standard profile in this camera. In my opinion, it's super processed, super overly sharpened, so I wish in the camera there was a Rec 709 profile or a standard profile that looks standard, because at the moment I don't think the JPEGs coming out from this camera are usable. My smartphone, an old Samsung A52, is taking much better pictures, and I'm pretty sure that the sensor built in this camera is going to be able to take much better pictures than my smartphone. Let me know what do you think about in the commentary below, if you would also like to see a better standard picture profile both for photos and videos, and while you're traveling down with the mouse, if you drop a like in the video, it's gonna be super helpful. If you don't know, I published in the community tab a free HLG LUT for this camera. So if you are subscribed, you're gonna access to the community tab where you can find the link to download this free LUT. Anyway, this is it for today guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!